Oh, 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 it's on. Hello? Are you recording my magnificent little friend? My video diary? Well, how do you do, myself? I'm doing pretty good. I did a little sadness today, but some nice change. Oh, before I get started, welcome to Miner's Madness. This is your train conductor to the whole bunch of digressions on this track. But yeah, train conductor through this ride of the thrill of the chase, the Forrest Fenn uh, story line, lifeline, like a train line. Train line goes from like a stagecoach line too. All kinds of lines. Oh, what I put on here. Oh, Forrest Fenns Preface and more, and then. So, I decided like I'm gonna redo I'm gonna hash it out with my own self brain and see if I can't make things work. Oh, hello people. I see there's people coming on in. Well, welcome aboard everybody. And if you haven't come aboard, welcome aboard. Watch your step. Somebody broke the step when they were stepping up on the train last time. And I think it was Kiwi, but I'm not gonna blame her. But that's okay. I hope everybody gravitates towards what I'm trying to lay down tonight, or this evening, or this morning, whatever time of day it is for you, or whenever you're watching this. Hopefully you're having a good time when you're watching this. Hopefully you got a beverage. I sure do. I got myself a cup of milk because on this ride, my throat gets scratchy. I got my trusty cough drop. Hopefully it don't get in the way as I talk, but you know, it does. Milk does the body good. It's helping that hand injury that I sustained from World Series of Fenn with that broken bone. Lost a fight with a tree branch. But that's for another time and story. Back to this one, though. We're talking Forrest Fenns Preface and more. Last time I came on talking to myself, I was like, I needed a moment of silence because I had to take down all my whiteboards. And I don't know if anybody can see, but like right over there on the wall is a new Thrill of the Chase map. Which I wonder, does anybody see the map? Hey, Trusted, I posted something on one of your things today, on like a video or something about an obelisk that somebody else thinks is a Templar obelisk or something. Just wondering if you got that, by the way. But onto what I was saying. Oh yeah, see that there. So the Shiloh map that's signed is inside the house, waiting for somebody to win that on a giveaway on a video that's not even pinned up anywhere, that's quite okay. If anybody wants that video for a chance to win some coinage, some silver, or some Forrest Fenn coin, let me know. Hit some ones and I'll throw that link up on there on the video link to go check out and leave a comment and share, and I'll, that's the little piggy bank on the side. But only if I see some ones. In other words, yeah, check out like your YouTube thing, and then underneath like comments. And then I left a comment today on, I think it was like your latest live or your latest video or your latest short, one of the three. And I was sharing another person's video. They hiked somewhere and there was this obelisk that had a Templar cross on it and looked like a castle on one side, looked like a goblet on another side, almost like a triangle, I think, on another side. Can't remember, but that's Templar stuff. Who doesn't like Templar stuff? Speaking of Templar stuff, which ain't really Templar stuff, but my dad, when he served in the service, he was stationed over in like Germany and Spain, and he ended up getting some Toledo, Spain made, shall we say, cutlery, as in like swords and stuff like that. He also has a suit of armor that he has. These are just things that I'm just passing along because Knights Templar is a suit of armor. It's just eventually I know that suit will be standing here in the where you can see it if you were sitting here next to me. But you're not sitting here next to me and you can't see what's over there. Oh, see? I hope you guys also brought your food to snack on. Don't forget there's the smoking car, which is either at the front or the back. Depends on if you're shoveling coal or not. Pick your choice. There's access to the roof somewhere around here. As somebody who's been around, get yourself up on top. Watch out for falling rocks, stuff flying in your face and whatnot. First aid kits, you know where it's at the bottom of the ladder. If not, too bad. We ain't stopping for no emergency rooms, because if we do, that's just a waste of my time. No, it's not. We'll save everybody the best we can. Is there any doctors aboard? Come on. We need a doctor. So, chat amongst yourselves as I sit here and yammer about whatever I was about to say about myself. But it's not about myself. It's about a perspective, I guess, about myself with the Forrest Fenn and Thrill of the Chase, and how I came in looking at to this great hunt for a possible wealth. And it was just so happened that I was just sitting here today, and I guess I can. Okay, so I never have it. So I'm like a dog with my head out the window and just tongue flapping and can't catch a breath. Oh, it's getting all yammer. Oh, I know you can't see that, but anyhow, that there is map central. And there's 5 whiteboards. There's a map, and then on the left there's 4 maps. That's New Mexico, Colorado. You get the picture, or do you? Do you get the picture? What's happening over there? If not, that's okay, because I could do it like this. I could go more like this, so you really understand a little bit more what I'm selling on this ship. Oh, look, there's the Secrets of San Lazarus. One of the many stories that Forrest Fenn was sharing amongst his journey off into life in the great unknown. Which brings me to, I guess, the Forrest Fenns Preface. No, not really. We ain't even serving that up yet. Or are we? So as I was yesterday, however, last time I was on, a moment of silence because I had taken down all my whiteboards and stuff, and now you see they're bare. I had to put some more stuff. All the whiteboards are actually right there. Right there. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 whiteboards that from 2019 up to present day yesterday, they were hanging up in ish, that have now been consolidated and filed right there. That was 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23, 5 years. 5 years of a self journey, a self path of enlightenment, a self path of relationship wise, self path of just life. The purpose and meaning behind life and happiness for me is summed up on them whiteboards, which I think I've harnessed that enough that I can move on in the chapters of life, as we say. We'll roll it on down the track. I don't know, do we say that? We'll roll it on down the track anyway. When you got that precious ore sitting inside that little mine cart, you don't let it sit there. You gotta keep that stuff moving. So, seeing as how, like I said, I was looking at this, and there's a lot of controversy I see or hear or am aware of out there on whether or not a person can go out there and find a treasure that somebody had left with just a poem that happens to have a map on there. And I don't think it's necessarily a yes or no question. And or is it? Then I guess if it's a yes or no question, then it becomes a yes or no of belief. Do you truly believe in something, or do you not truly believe in something? I truly believe that a man went and hid $1 million worth of gold and jewels up there in the mountains somewhere north of Santa Fe, and that he wrote a poem so that I could follow that poem and be able to navigate along this map a path. And the only way I have to come into looking at this is the only way I can navigate this path is I have to have the thrill of the chase. I have to have it. I mean, it's like saying, because the difference, I think, is it's that history that's available. I mean, there's treasure stories that are out there of possible wealth. But here you have a treasure story of possible wealth that somebody is sharing how to get to versus somebody who hid something to keep people from getting there. If that makes any sense. And so when I think of Forrest, when he sits there and says, if you're looking for heaven isn't far, but it's too far to walk, and if you're looking for gold, then you've walked too far, is I think when people are thinking Forrest Fenn, the thrill of the chase, a treasure hunt, some gold, they kind of skip a few steps and kind of jump from, oh, well, I could just do it with a poem and a map and find the gold somewhere within 4 states, which is a lot of ground to cover. So when I started coming into it, I was looking at particular things. For me, it was emotions. And to break this down, I'm going to go over the thrill of the chase, because like I got these little stick-it note thingies that have like letters on there. The poem is pink, Forrest Fenn, Kiwi, all other information or sources, and then the Trinidad. The Trinidad is kind of important. And if you look at the cover, we probably can't look at the cover of this video, but later on, check it out. But there's like a picture of it or something. I'll do another short, do a little community photo of it, whatever. Oh, I do apologize. Don't forget, this train ride is always in motion. It has never stopped, even when Kiwi's Road first started up. So I apologize. Don't think I'm ignoring you. I'm not trying to ignore anybody in chat. If I don't read you, I'm sorry I don't read you. If I do read you, I'm sorry I read you. If I didn't, you know what I mean? No, don't. It's okay. I apologize anyway. Because I get sidetracked very easily. Good way to make some very sharp objects around here. Throw them coins out on the track, don't forget. Except for the coins that you get from me. Because they got a little symbol on them. Oh, what? What happened? Who said that? But so I had to break this down as, okay, Forrest Fenn has sat there and in the very first stanza of this poem has totally described 4 states that a treasure could possibly be in. Right off the bat, right off the get-go. And then I started thinking, well, maybe I'll come into it as beginning where warm waters halts next. I was going to kind of come into this as looking at the poem first and try to put these stickies on a map. But instead I changed it up to, I'm going to look at the stories first and try to put these on a map. And then I'm going to go and then try to look at the poem and see where nomenclatures of the poem might fit in accordance with stories that Forrest Fenn had wrote, because I don't think there'd be a chest out there to find if there wasn't for a poem. And I don't think there was a poem if there wasn't The Thrill of the Chase, meaning 3 books that he had written. One in particular, TTOTC, which is holding your meat and potatoes of this stew that we're all enjoying on this train ride, whether you like it or not. That's just how I'm serving it up. If you want some seasoning, let me know. We got some greens and some other types around here somewhere. Ask the cookie. Do we got a cookie on the train? I'm sure we can find a cookie on the train. But oh yeah, see, digression. But it's a process of elimination, for us. And in a sense, there's a whole, when you read books and you watch movies, all this good stuff, there's a whole lot of stuff. And for some reason, the only thing I really remember about school and reading is the who, what, where, when, and why, and how. And it's just them. So for me, Forrest has a whole lot of who, what, where, when, and how's on that map, but he also has a lot in this book. And I think they tie together. And so I was going to start, I was going to start putting these on there for, see? Trains somehow go in reverse. So I started writing in the bookie, the book, which you probably can't see, but that's okay. I'll try to read it to you anyway. So it has, I don't know, can I, oh yeah, I can. Check that out. I'll just read my tablet as I read this to you. The Thrill of the Chase. So there's me, and I learned about The Thrill of the Chase from my friend, which is, my friend, right? And then from my friend, I learned about The Thrill of the Chase from the internet, which is the purple, all other information. And so from the internet, I learned about Forrest Fenn. You know what I mean? Oh, can we squeeze him in there? Oh, yeah, let's squeeze him in there. Yeah. And so in order for me to learn about a treasure that's hidden out, oh, that makes it so you can't read it anyway. That's okay. Now I can't even read that. Holy cows. But all right, I'm going to bring it up to you guys again. Here you go. It's all right. The menu, hey, this is for people that can't read and write very well. Ish. There's one of those on this train. But in order for me to find a chest from The Thrill of the Chase by a man named Forrest Fenn. Oh, why is it going all blurry? But I needed books or a book that would have the poem, and then from the poem I would find a map. And so I just had to kind of go backwards, just a little reverse engineering on that. Now I don't know how that was, whether you guys like that little picture show or not. I'm trying to show you what's in this book, but so I started reading the book because, so again, the first stanza is very important to me because in order for me to understand the rest of the poem, with a high squirk in there. Kiwi, I didn't realize you were coming out here to start chirping in my throat already. Ha! See? Ventriloquist little bird she is. As I have gone alone in there, I'm following Forrest into 4 states. I need to find out what 4 states Forrest Fenn has been in. Now, I can find that out through a lot of information, being, the internet and whatnot, and through other literatures he's written, etc., etc. But if I want to find what one of the 4 states he's been in to hide a chest, I would have to stick to The Thrill of the Chase, and at least those 3 books, but at the very least, The Thrill of the Chase. And I was focusing on if he's telling me, as I have gone alone in there, I'm looking for eyes. Anything in the Thrill of the Chase that has an eye to represent Forrest, because I know Forrest has gone in one of these 4 places, right? And with my treasures bold, I can keep my secret and the king of riches known old. So I'm coming into this whole thing to figure out this poem, the eye. What is the eye? Is Forrest. So the only way I can follow this poem is I have to follow Forrest. Unfortunately, I can't follow him physically. He ain't never gonna go back there again. Blah blah blah. But he's at least given some clues about where he's went. So I started reading, or rereading the Thrill of the Chase. And I mean, I could read this, at least the highlighted parts, if you guys like. For some reason, I thought the true I thought the true was highlighted when I was looking at this earlier today. But all of the stories that mingle among these pages are as true to history as one man can average out that truth. So I have to truthfully believe, or honestly believe, that Forrest is being true about a chest and about the places he's been. Maybe not necessarily the situations or some of the details, but more specifically places. And I guess age is a big factor in this for me. He talks about keeping in mind the temperament in the 1930s. So this is the preface right here that I'm just kind of skimming over, reading to myself, just kind of laying this out of, I'd say connected dots, but this is now connected tabs. It's for me, it's connected tabs. I'm connecting the tabs. We have an age of 8, so we know that 8 years old is an important time frame because it's Forrest. What was he doing at 8? What were the things? Location. So my church is in the mountain and along the river bottoms where dreams and fantasies alike go to play. So we have locations, obviously, somewhere in the mountains. He tells us that there's this chest that he laid to rest, so to speak, because he wanted to die there. And all that's peacefully. Mirror. Ooh, what was that about the mirror? Themselves in this mirror, then maybe they deserve another. Oh, I tend to use some words that aren't in the dictionary and others that are. I bend a little. My only goal in this endeavor is to talk about a few of my life experiences. So, Forrest Fenn, and this is the preface. Forrest Fenn is talking about sharing a few particular stories, and he's got so many that he's already written several books that he's just got story upon story. But out of most of these stories, he's trying to buy your time. In a sense, plain and simple, he's trying to buy your time. Thinking about looking at it right now. I mean, that's what he's doing, buying your time. My only goal in this endeavor is to talk about a few of my life experiences, trying to buy your time by saying, hey, here's a chest of gold that's out there. That's the buying your time. But the time part is where I think people kind of overskipped the stories to thrill the chase. They skipped over the time that he was trying to buy so that people would read the stories and try to get a better understanding of the person who wrote a poem to lead to a chest. And I think when people hop on the poem ride, they kind of missed some valuable information that may or may not have helped them. But I think it's valuable information that has helped me. So, I mean, if I think it's valuable, why not share valuable information, right? Neural networking. Yeah, see, this book is my 9th in 26 years of casually recounting the things I enjoy most. I mean, these are key things. I mean, he's recounting memories, the things that he enjoys most. You know, my books have to write themselves, or I struggle. This one did, as in this book. Hopefully, didn't struggle to write itself. Oh, and then he's got on here. Life is a game of poker. Happiness is the pot. Fate deals you 4 cards and a joker, and you play whether you like it or not. This book is dedicated to those who love the thrill of the chase. Oh, we got some 80 action going on in here. So, I mean, we're still in the preface. We have the 1930s. We have when he's about the age of 8. We have now, well, I'm almost 80, and I think that's so funny. Oh, I don't mean it's funny because I'm almost 80, but it's funny because I said it that way. Blah, 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 blah. Go down a couple paragraphs. Doesn't matter, to me if I get old. He talks about my mind stays at about 30. Oh, this is very important. Oh, this is very important. Preface for the entire book, I think, is in this paragraph right here is a very key role. It says, it doesn't matter much to me if I get old, especially since I'm already there. Actually, the only thing about me that's old is my body. My mind stays at about 13 to help my self-image. It takes shots, blah, 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 skylight bathroom, and a house that his wife built. So we have a place where he's about 80 that has a bathroom and a house. We don't have a city or state yet or anything like that. But we also have a mental age of 13. So, I mean, these are, I think, important things to keep in mind when the thrill of the chase, looking for it, the thrill of the chase as in life itself, the combination of the two, it's just, I don't know. I highlighted this. That ignoring time itself might be a secret technique to delay aging. It's like memories. You can go back and be young again and physically do the things you physically done. Maybe not physically now, but in your mind, you're physically doing things you physically done. So, right off the bat, I noticed that off of the preface that I only had a time of the 1930s, age 8, 80, and 13. And then location, all I had was mountain, rivers, bottoms, and a house that his wife built. So, I mean, I'd have to go to the internet, which is all other information, in order to find out where that house was built. I really don't want to do that right now because I'm trying to stay contained in the book. Because for me to get to where I was going, I had to line up certain things, And I think it's important, at least for myself, and that's why I'm sharing it with myself on this diary of mine. That's why I remind myself that it's a diary, Numbers are numbers. I don't even know why people pay attention to numbers, but seeing numbers of people jumping on and off of the train is kind of interesting. Because it makes me wonder the tailoredness of my yammering. I mean, am I putting people to sleep? Am I dozing them off? I mean, it makes me wonder. But then again, this is just a video diary anyway, you know what I mean? And I appreciate everybody who hops on because they're now a part of my universe, People who leave comments or suggestions, whether they're good or bad. I mean, it's all there now in this universe, So I'm blessed by that. So I noticed that I didn't have, I could put mountain and rivers, I can put a forest thing, which I think I will do. We might as well just put another forest up there on that board there, I think, for the preface. Yeah. So I'm going to do that. Oh. So up on this board here, since I don't have, or it's not a board, it's actually the map, I stuck another one to include. So underneath the thrill of the chase, it says the treasure is hidden somewhere on this map. It will stay there for as long as time has come, or until you find it. Forrest Fenns. So out of the preface, I would have to include mountain and rivers, to include, one of all four of those places. And again, I'm staying in the bounds of the book. I haven't quite used the internet, so we're going to say that we don't know where they're currently living or whatever. He hasn't shared that information in here yet. So, out of the preface, that's one chapter already down. Oh, and more. So I started looking again. I'm like, well, let's see what else we got. So I started reading important literature, the next chapter in the book, right? Reviewing this book. How did I get from point A to point B? So I'm reading, and I see that now we got a place. We got a place, people. We got a Borders. I went to Borders to see about those books. I just wanted to look at one and hold it for a while. So we have a place. We don't have quite a time, and I mean I could read the chapter, but I'm just reading highlighted stuff. I mean, like this page, I didn't highlight anything because there's nothing important on that page to me. Ish, or the page after that, nothing really important. Even though it says important literature, he's talking about stories and books that he's picked up. We have another place at Borders. The next day, it was still raining, so I just wandered around. Highlighted Catcher in the Rye. Oh, down here at the bottom, this is page 12, important literature. So again, we have place. We have Borders, books. Well, the first sentence read, this is the book. If you really want to hear about it, the first thing you'll probably want to know is where I was born and what my lousy childhood was like. And how my parents, blah, blah, blah. You get right down to things, blah, blah, blah. Coincidence. Yeah, write down a book myself. Oh. He's talking about how he's referencing, I want to make sure, Catcher in the Rye. And how he can see the similarities between Catcher in the Rye and himself, and he wants to write a book similar to Catcher in the Rye. Kind of what I got out of that. Important literature. So I started to figure things out. Einstein said, imagination is more important than knowledge. And I had a lot of that. Imagination, I mean. I never thought I had to believe everything. And then a little bit further down, the only thing was he left out some really important stuff about when I was a kid and doing different things. Maybe he just had it in mind that I'd finish the book. So as he's reviewing Catcher in the Rye, and whether he likes it or not, he feels that some very important information that he could have related to was kid information, childhood information. So, I mean, an age, we got kids, a kid age, which kind of goes back to the preface, 13. And then, page 15, which I think is very important because, I mean, it's right there, big bold letters and stuff. I mean, this to me, this page sums up, I think, his past, present, and future. His perspective on time, his perspective on life, and I think how he sought and learned how maybe to control that kind of aspect. And for me, it's just the words that he uses. Not a day passes that I don't question myself about what lies just ahead and whether or not I can make it happen like it's supposed to be. Whether it's the future or what he's got designed in the future or what he has planned in the future, I mean, things will change our lives that will totally screw up our future. Um, Now near the end of my 79th year, each day tests me in a different way, and I know that before too long, I'll make my last flight to where even memory itself will never have been. And right there, he's talking about death. Now I could be wrong. I probably doubt it, but I probably am wrong. He's talking about death. Sooner or later, each of us will be nothing but the leftovers of history or an asterisk in a book that was never written. So now I sit here past midnight beside myself, or beside my juniper fire, reflecting back to the year when my awareness took its first few steps. So I'm trying to find, again, this is all time, and it's time, the age, year, and location is what I'm looking for, and that's, I think, the only possible way for me to match up a poem with a place that Forrest Fenn could have been to hide a possible treasure that's out there. I mean, without that element, the very important single element, which is Forrest Fenn in my mind, then the book wouldn't exist, and neither would the poem in the chest. I think it would have all been totally different if there ever would have been a different thing. But so, I mean, in important literature, he doesn't give me a state in which he's visited. He gives me an age, kid age, so I mean, could be anywhere along there. He does give border books. I mean, I could use the internet, look up border books. That's a location, but nope. I think I'm gonna sit there and call that one just like the house. And I'm gonna have to give this one. Oh, I can't even write on this one. Let me write on this one. I'm gonna write an F for Forrest Fenn. And Forrest Fenn would be all four states. I would have to assume that he's talking about all four states because he hasn't given me anything in particular in important literature, that chapter or non-chapter, that would signify a state that he's visited in particular. So I'm still stuck now with, man, 4 states. Oh, let me get up here and add this up here to the. Boy, this community's getting quite the amount of F's up here on the Chase poster board. So you guys see that I've been working out, huh? You see I've been working out. Round is a shape, you know. See, I see it right there. I just seen it when I walked. I sat down. That's a good shape, though. No, not really. I need to take the dogs for a walk somewhere. Oh, I gotta fill out another F. So, I'm not sure if anybody sees a process that's going on right here that I'm trying to share, or if anybody cares. But I care because it's for myself. Is that Forrest would have to be all or none in my search and quest for this ever elusive treasure that was out there. That, you know, hey, I was amongst others that have been so close yet so far away. Hence, you missed by an inch, you missed by a mile. So I started thinking, I'm like, all right, well, what's the next one? So I did the next chapter. I got kind of bored today. And I don't like to read. I really don't like to read. So, a lot of it's skimming. So people are like, okay, what's he talking about? He's just reading things. That's okay. The only thing that I'm trying to get people to pay attention to is ages. Locations. Ages and locations. Because ages and locations, I think, are important. Especially locations. A location tells me exactly where Forrest has been, not where I think he's been. My father was a teacher at Linear School when I started first grade, and after a couple of years, he became the principal. So I have a place and I have an age. Oh, so I've been kind of like I've been kind of keeping track. I mean, not that you can read it, but there. Now you can read it. Like important places, I got years, age, and locations. Bookstore, and it's just to try to keep it simple. I'm just trying to keep it simple, and this may seem very complicated, very complicated, but that's just how my brain works. I was just trying to keep this treasure hunt simple. In order for me to find something out there that somebody had placed, theoretically, I have to figure out where that person has been, and the only way I can know that is if that person's told me where they've been. Generalized area as I have been alone in there. Yeah, that's great. That does me wonders. But I mean, 4 states is better than none. But it's just that getting down to that last inches that makes the difference. So we got a place. We got Learner School, but that's Temple, Texas. So I mean, right away. I mean, we're not even on the board yet. This is our 3rd chapter so far. What else we got on this chapter? Yeah, Learner School. Oh, No Place for the Biddies is next. But that's okay. That's for next. I haven't even read that one yet. I haven't even started reading it. But I figured that was enough to sit there and bore a lot of people to death. But, I mean, I'm just kind of going live and doing this as a process of, time filler, stuff to do. But I think it's interesting to find out, how to get these tabs to show up on a poem that has a map on it, and I think it's possible. And if you keep it simple, I think to reading the book and stop for myself, to you, myself. I'm just letting you know myself. Keep it simple. I would have to read the book to understand where he's talking about as any type of place that he's been alone in. A simple blanket statement as I have gone alone in there is an easy yet complicated statement. And I think it's complicated because it includes 4 states to search in. But I think it's easy because there's only certain portions of those states that Forrest Fenn has visited. So far, in the thrill of the chase, out of the first 3 chapters, we have no real idea where he's been within those 4 states. So I mean, I'm surprised, or am I, or not, or am I? Who knows? But that's okay. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, I can't even write on my whiteboards there because I got the different states right there, like Colorado, Montana. I was gonna write the storyline, like the chapter. I'll write the chapter. Oh, I'm trying to write the chapter in there. Underneath each state, I'm gonna write the chapters so I can keep tallies of this. As you can see right there, there's 3 little blue stickers that have an F on there because that represents all of these states right here, all 4 states. Now, as you can see right here, that's a little end game, pre-game, whatever you want to call it. I mean, that shows it has the Trinidad on there, and that's. Oh, you want to see it? Okay, I'll show you because I just want to see it myself. Oh, I'm just kidding. We'll flip you around. Oh my Lanta! It's a whirlwind. But so far, I got 3 stories in the thrill of the chase that have me in 4 states. But I know in my hunt in the thrill of the chase, I have stories that Forrest Fenn was talking about, and I got places that you could fit a poem or lines from the poem at, and then I've been there myself, so I've completed what I would call the Trinidad. So as I have gone alone in there, Forrest Fenn at the top, and with my treasures bold, his memories, the poem, I can keep his secret where places of that he enjoyed being, and hint of riches new and old, people visiting, etc., etc. All getting all fuzzy. Oh, what's happening? What's happening? We're moving in this world. Oh, my Lanta. What's going on? Earthquake. Oh, be careful, people. Duck and cover. Duck and cover. But anyway, alas, the train of digression is slowing down. Should we read chat and see what's going on in chat? Anybody still hanging out? Everybody brain fried on that perspective on the direction on which I'm going? Anybody got any questions? Do you got any questions, mister? No, I don't have any questions for myself yet. Except for... Nope, no questions yet. See, how's everybody in chat? Everybody doing good? Hopefully they're all doing good. I have coffee to make. So, ooh, some mocha. Sounds good. Self-reflection is very important. Very important. Willie's going fishing. See, that's one of the things about, like, talking to yourself and then you're talking to the chat. And it's like the whole two different time things. And what is wealth to a spiritual person? Well, wealth could be knowledge to a spiritual person to, share that knowledge to another person, because that's valuable information, and it's not a physical thing, but you can turn it into physical stuff. So, I mean, I would go with that. Yeah? No? JK, John, Spirit Trusted. Thank you, people, everybody, for stopping by on this train. Golden. See, somebody, like, I couldn't imagine trying to, like, have a show that had, like, dozens of people in it, or hundreds. I mean, chat be scrolling on there, and, like, nah, there's no way. That's why I think it's kind of easier to, when I sit there and come on, is like to be like, I'm just sharing, my secrets of me on a treasure hunt, and etc., etc., and meeting new people and sharing stories and stuff like that. I think it's all part of the adventure, and I think that's what Beyond the Thrill of the Chase is all about. I see, like, there's like a little refocusing thing going on there. Like it's trying to decide what it wants to focus on. Don't focus on me. I'm a bad image. I break the camera. It needs to focus on, like, the boat or something. You know what I mean? Oh, I got, like, a bunch of maps. I was gonna sit there and start highlighting routes and stuff, but ain't quite got there yet. Oh, yeah. Did you see? You saw the maps right there over there? No, it's okay. Yeah, I got them all lined up, so I could sit there and highlight her on them. I was gonna pin them, but I didn't want maps all over the place, so I just kind of hung them right there. Okay, I'll show you. You want to see? Everybody's leaving anyway. It's okay. You don't need to see my maps. We'll flip you around. So I got like I said, I got the different, maps. There's, New Mexico, Colorado. That way I could sit there, and as I get stories on them whiteboards, I can sit there and be like, oh, the story is in here, and it's got this location, or it goes from this location to that location, to point A to point B, and I'll just transfer it to a map and highlight a route. You know what I mean? Because then I think that makes it a lot easier to see, how the poem would line up and whatnot. So yeah, but that's I think what we're going for, and then we'll flip you bad boys around. Back to this ugliness. Oh, moving all over the place. It's crazy the way things work out that way. Anyway, I hope I bored you enough tonight. And if not, I'll probably bore you again next time I come on. I'll try to do a couple more chapters as I get bored, because I think, can you find the chest with just the poem and a map? The answer is yes. But it's easier with a process of elimination of where Forrest was, to at least go from 4 possible states to 1 possible state, to a time and place. And that's what I'm searching for, is that time and place in which Forrest Fenn has been in the thrill of the chase in the book. To at least get within 100 yards, if not within inches, of a treasure trove of gold and more out there in the wilderness. But alas, missed by an inch and missed by a mile. That's how it goes. So, yeah. I think next time I'll throw that little tab up there for people to click on that video link to share, in case anybody ever wants to share how to get some silver for free for a second. Well, I guess it's until the giveaway's done, or Forrest Fenns gold. Ho 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 ho! Just a coin though. But it's all about the hunt, right? For me, it's just the expectation of seeing and waiting of what people are going to do or not do as far as that journey goes. But yeah, you never know. So I've been saving away some rainy day funds, and then I've been stealing out of my rainy day funds and doing things I shouldn't be doing. But as long as the wife don't find out I'm buying silver to give away, then I won't get in trouble. Oh, hopefully. And like I was telling my neighbor, I was describing him the process and the idea and why I'm doing all this blah 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 blah. And, he was asking me if I was buying the silver because of its intrinsic value or the money value, and as far as like the market and the futuristic value of silver. And I was like, no. I mean, right now, I mean, I'm doing silver because silver's cheap. I mean, 21, 22 bucks an ounce, you know. That's 20 bucks that somebody, I mean, it's not 20 bucks, I mean, shit. Oh, I laughed. What a realization. But that's okay, I don't mind. But I mean, that now you know, yeah. People will be surprised, I hope, as the story unfolds or goes along the road. Yeah? No? We'll find out. People are like, well, what's he talking about? I don't know what I'm talking about. And that's something you'll have to stay tuned for next time. Or tune in for next time. Or, I mean, you could always hop on and off the train whenever. It don't matter. Or just check out this video that I'm going to post right here for anybody that's still in here. Oh, no, I can't. I'm on the wrong device. Sorry. No posty. Can't pin nothing. My clipboard's broken. Or is it? Oh, yep, it's broken. No, can worky. Not much. People coming in and out, jumping on the train, off and on. I was just going over the first 3 chapters of TTOTC, trying to keep it simple on my search, or my past search, as I was searching on where to find a chest that somebody had hid, by keeping it simple to places that Forrest Fenns, or the ages that Forrest Fenns was, describing and been, that he's mentioned inside the confines of TTOTC. And so far, yeah, I got. Oh, what did we do with that? Did I stick one up there? I don't think so. For that 3rd chapter, that's another F for all 4 states. Because Temple, Texas, that's Texas. That doesn't help me out for a location that he said he's been in, from a point A to point B. So, for those that have just joining in, all you get to see me do is stick another sticky up on the map of Forrest Fenns. Well, I mean, he's probably had more than one legacy, so one of Forrest Fenns' legacy that I was searching for, which doesn't really matter, no, but to kind of explain how something is possible, regardless if it's possible or not, or legal or not, per se, I guess. I guess it's all in the eye of the beholder. I mean, Forrest Fenns was sitting there talking in the preface about how times back in the 1930s were way different compared to now. And so, I mean, if his mindset's always in the time frame of him being 13, he's probably going to keep them same rules and regulations down to that age, too, and be like, oh, I got old timers disease. That I said old timers, not Alzheimer's, old timers. That's old people who use their age to sit there and be like, oh, I forgot to do this. Or I forgot something. I mean, I ain't got it, but I got old timers disease too. Come on now. Who's going to say that was funny? I just thought of that. Old timers disease. Because think about it. You can claim being senile because you're an old person, right? Ah, see, I see the shape again. Definitely need to work out, mister. Yes, I will. I'll work out my jaws while I'm yabbering right now. So that's what. I got 3 chapters up there that include all 4 states. 3 chapters that haven't given me a specific state in which Forrest Fenn has been in. So, I'm 3 for 3 of nothing. I need to get some kind of state popping out here, so I'm going to read that next chapter come tomorrow or something the day after, who knows. I'll probably come on live sometime whenever, who knows. But seeing as how I have no set schedule, I'm always open to suggestions. No, I'm not. Yeah, I am. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. Yes, I am. Or am I? Who knows? But anyway, since that was it, I just gave you the lowdown rundown of what I was just discussing and spent like an hour wasting my breath of yammering. Y'all made it simple coming in by saying, what's going on? Well, I simplified it. I'm trying to find chapters that give me specific states or places that Forrest has been to say I can use a poem that Forrest has used to describe a place he has been and apply it to a map. Or at least find a map that would be applicable to the poem from stories he has shared from the thrill of the chase. Trying to, at this point in time, as I go through the book, exclude all other sources outside of the thrill of the chase. And we'll see where we're getting. Probably get nowhere, but we'll never know what we'll get unless we try, right? So, with that, I do appreciate people coming in. Davy, Jeep Girl, you know. I'm sorry I don't have much content. I don't ever have much content. All I do is yammer it and rumble. So, it's just all about crazy thoughts in this locomotive train and caboose that I got that's real short. And it's just going around and around in circles. Sometimes it does the infinite loop, you know. That's usually when the wife's home. And, yeah. Cohesiveness. Oh, that was actually so a little serious note for anybody who wants to stay for a little sidecar chit chat. And this is actually kind of interesting. So this is serious stuff, right? So kind of just switching from one serious thing to another serious thing, but it's a relationship thing. So like I had said earlier, like these whiteboards behind here, especially this first whiteboard, I mean, I could put up a picture of what it looks like, and you'd still probably have a hard time trying to understand what that whiteboard represents. But that whiteboard represents my life journey, the direction before, present, and hopefully the future. All on a whiteboard. And this is why I say people should get a whiteboard. But because I was able to step from where I was in the present and be able to display it out on a whiteboard, then I was able to look at things and readjust my thinking. But neither here or there. Yeah, whiteboard thing. Oh, well, I'll just do this because I'll just erase it anyway. This is for anybody who would like to learn a little bit of relationship help or information. And if not, that's okay, because I wouldn't understand it either. And so this is gonna be kind of hard, but this is just no, this is not. No, oh, wait. Then you can read the poem. Wait, what happened? Ready for the ending? Who isn't ready for the ending? It's always ready for the ending if you're ready for the ending. But anyway, so I have a good friend of mine, and their relationship isn't the best of. I mean, they're best friends. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they love each other to death, but there's, I think, and this goes for everybody, if not, then nobody, or some people. We'll just go with those three things is the awareness. We have self-aware, but there's also we're aware of other people, but sometimes we like to be known, or we like to know that we're known or aware of. And what I mean by this is like, so there's a person there, right? A person here, right? And so this is totally not even what I'm remembering now. There's like a triangle here in the middle, okay? And it's a matter of how much time you spend with each other in a relationship. But outside of that, I mean, there's other things that affect a person with their time. And I mean, the key thing about this is time management, really. Is how to manage uh, your time mentally so that your physical time is well used or used wisely, I guess. But it kind of goes along with what I was talking about with my wife was so in relationships when you're looking at your past, when you're looking at your present, and where you want to see yourself in the future, whether with a person or with your pets or with your kids, etc., your work, co-workers, relatives who you never talked to before, all these different other things, you know, your time. Where do you put these times? And there's a lot of confusion. So like when I'm around my wife and stuff, I don't want to see just me, and I don't want to see just her. This is what I try to go for. Is I try to go for something like this, so that as I'm moving through time in past and present, and she's moving through time and past and present with me, that we're cohesively moving. And I only say this because um, when I'm in the kitchen, I'll sit there and I'll use my feet to kind of close a drawer that's low, or a door. I'm using both my hands and a foot if I can. I'm trying to reduce the amount of in between stuff. And so when I'm in the kitchen with my wife, and for her to understand that, and for me to understand that, when I'm closing a door and opening something for her and grabbing something for her, and she's closing something for me, and then we're working well in the kitchen, that we're making dinner together in a cohesive song and dance like water, flow, that I think it's important to understand the true meaning of time, in a sense of the value of time. I mean, like trust is very, very valuable. That's a very rare commodity. Trust is very rare. I mean, time, I mean, that's rare too, but nonetheless, I mean, to trust the person you're with, etc. I mean, these are things that I don't know. When I was always down and out, it's hard to see a good fluid motion of past, present, and future of my life, because I was too busy like looking at X or Y or Z. You know what I mean? That I couldn't see beyond problems or instances or situations. That it took 5 years of um, a personal journey for me to understand how to move cohesively, not with just myself, but with nature, and also not just with nature, but with people. So, relationship time is very important. I mean, time is very important, and I think that was part of what Forrest Fenn was trying to share in The Thrill of the Chase, is to recognize the importance of time, that you could have all these valuable things that you're looking for, and or these physical things that you're looking for, or trying to obtain, and or statuses, or etc. Blah 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 blah. Things to obtain when you really don't have to obtain anything. It's more so what you're willing to give that is, I think, the stronger value. I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. Probably am. I'm always wrong. On this train, I'm always wrong. Never right. I try to look stuff up, but it doesn't always pan out. But nonetheless, time is very important. You know, to look past so you can see your past, present, and future in your life, in your relationship, etc. Because I think it's whoa, somebody said UFO? What? Where? Where? Alien guy come out. Caught my attention. In that place. What? I got a heart covering up the comment. Son of a. I got a little heart thing on here. I don't even know what it's doing on here. Where's the UFO? Oh, yeah, see? Oh. Oh, you see a UFO in that picture. Oh, well, I'll bring the UFO back then. But, yeah, I mean, so. That, it's kind of like the whole reason why I'm going over the thrill of the chase. Because there was a message in the thrill of the chase that I had picked up myself, and that's not to say a message like blah 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 blah, but uh, a personal, internal, spiritual message, shall we say? You know, not religious but spiritual. Or how about just the cosmos sitting there talking to me, saying, "Hey, wake up! You know, these are the things in life, etc." Experiences and expectations, two different things. But nonetheless, I mean, it was kind of like a clown face. You know, I was thinking, but you know, nose, weird thing on his nose, two eyes, weird mouth. But I mean, I can see. You see that new what is it? The B52 B what? There's the B2 B50. Yeah, the B52. That new bomber. Yeah, the B21. The B21. Ah, the B21. That's the one. Yeah, that sucker looks sweet. Now, you know you've seen that image somewhere before, and not on that aircraft. Thank you for reminding me, you know. The Raider, the B-21 Raider. Yep, that sucker is sweet. But, yeah, I'd hate to see how... So, I mean, here's a really interesting sidecar if you ever really want... I mean, we could talk, like all kinds of stuff. I'm game for all kinds of stuff to yammer about. I mean, you talk about digital technology and stuff, advancements, AI, computing, business industries, global industries. Come on now. Stocks. If you're into stocks, you're not into stocks. Make sure you're getting stocks in especially the War Department. Them stuffs are gonna go like hotcakes. You wait and see. I'm telling you that. It's crazy stuff. Mining industry. Yeah, because they're gonna want them resources. And they're gonna be building robots to mine in space, them asteroids. You know, all kinds of crazy stuff. Only interested in what Forrest wanted. Yeah, I mean, so how about in the thrill of the chase? What do you think Forrest wanted us to do? Do you think he wanted? I mean, I guess there's a few perspectives you could say he definitely wanted. He wanted you to get up off your ass to go do something. I got that one. He wanted what? What else did he want? Did he want to tell me a specific story or a certain story that he wanted to make sure that he got told? So he put it in the thrill of the chase times 3. Did it come out in the first TTOTC a specific story? You know, these are different things that are interesting to wonder about. Because, again, like I said, if I keep it simple, I have to exclude all other information, include internet and all that stuff, you know. And I think people would have to agree, yeah? No? No? Yeah? Who cares? Agree to disagree. We'll always agree to eat on time, right? People can, what happened? Uh-oh. Shows that was going on out there. there's more poems. More poems. People saying there's more poems. Uh-oh. We're going to have a poemzilla. Poemzilla. Oh, my lantern. Never mind. I was trying to be funny, but that went totally south. Pomobalooza. I think I was trying to say something like that. Who knows? I think there was only one chest. I think there was only one story that he was trying to tell. But I think the information gained opened up a whole new world of information and knowledge and imagination that really stuck around and piqued my interest. And so, I guess that's what I was trying to say is visiting the past in the present, because I mean it's important about people's futures, right? Or persons, myself. Well, I like it for myself anyway. I just story tell, but I'm not really telling the full story. The only thing I'm trying to do is keep it simple. As if you notice, that's what I was trying to do. In case anybody would noticed or not, was I wasn't really reading the chapter per se so much as I was just looking for information, and I think that's part of just trying to simplify this hunt. You know what I mean? To keep it simple. There's so much fluff and information out there on the internet about Forrest Fenn and where he's lived and the things he's done and the books he's wrote. That's just a lot of information to sift through. Even just listening to Forrest speak on interviews and videos, that's a pleasant to take in, because when he talks, just I think with anybody, people their body language changes, their facial expressions change, they light up, they simmer down. I mean, body language is important, and I think through some of those interviews, reading his body language and just some of the stories that he would sit there, and you can tell that he was reflecting on that world in his mind and looking at things and trying to come up with the appropriate replies to questions and stuff like that. But, yeah, 3 stories down. We'll see what we get out in some more stories. I'll probably see, I'll do like 3 at a time. There's 27 chapters, so see how well I feel like reading tomorrow. Who knows, maybe I'll go on tomorrow again. Tomorrow's Thursday. I don't know. I was hoping somebody else was going on tonight at like 7 or 8, but alas, no one showed onto the stage, and my heart broke and cried. So I came out here in the shed and decided to show you a ride. No, I don't know. It was a crazy ride. But, yeah. So now I gotta erase that board, rewrite on that one, put that back up there. And, it's kind of nice to realize I don't have to do too much work right now to find that chest, I don't have to go searching in 4 states right now, because that's a lot of walking around to do, trying to grid search 4 states. Yeah. So far I like it. Keep them 3 chapters up there at the top to include all 4, so I don't have to search in any. Process of elimination. I think that's where it comes in handy about all other information, is hearing other people's searches of places that they searched. Because there's one key question I ask myself when I evaluate somebody else's search locations or solve locations or places that they've been in accordance with the search for the chest, is can you at least put Forrest Fenn within a few hundred feet of where you are searching? And the only really good way to know is to keep it simple by trying to read, for me so far, the thrill of the chase and trying to get in on a map and stuff. So we'll see how that journey goes and whether or not we'll be able to arrive at the Trinidad or not. If we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. I know I got there one way or another. And for some reason, it was just a strong emotional tie that I felt with a location, based on the reverence that a person talked about another person. And I think that's a more simple answer on how or why. The why I got to where I was searching at a rock along the Madison River. It was because the way somebody talked about somebody else, the way they had reverence in some of the stories that they were sharing versus just telling a story or just sharing a story. I mean, there's rhymes and reasons why people share things, the information, the value, and the most valuable information that you want to get out, you're going to want to get out there as soon as possible. And I think the way to get those stories out there and chewed up and garbled up by the human fishes we are, not to say that we're fishes, but we're, fishers of men, but we're not fishes. I don't know. We came out of the water, did we? Did we not? Who knows? Little amoebas floating around in sea life and stuff. Aquatic life forms at one point in time. Nonetheless, it's just saying, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't lost that train of thought. A digression, real quick and easy on that one. Oh, what are people saying there in chit chat again? Go to boar's tusks for those, Jody. Ooh, boar tusk. Make some horns. You make a horn out of a boar tusk? Oh, those are small little teeth. Can't make no horn. Make a little horn out of it. Be hard to drill out a boar tusk though. Probably sharp as heck though. Make some probably make. I wonder if you can make an arrowhead out of a boar tusk. Or they're too curvy, huh? A good cutting tool for something though. Them things are sharp. That's why they don't call them razor blades for nothing. Them little piglets. Anyhow, let's see. The wife should be home already, like 15 minutes ago. Which means I'm 15 minutes late to heaven, people. So I'm going to have to sit there and ring this fella short. Come on, ring. Because this train's coming to a screeching halt. All you people who want to go boar hunting, hop off the train with John. He's getting out to go boar hunting. And that includes everybody. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate y'all. I really do. Appreciate y'all keeping the chat good, flowing, positive, no negative. I haven't quite looked out how to knock negative people out, but I wouldn't want to, because hopefully nobody's talking. No reason people need to come in here talking negative. I mean, this is a train ride of imagination, exploration into a Forrest Fenns treasure hunt that's over. That was already over. And, hey, I'm just trying to bring people along for another ride just to see if they would have came along for the ride to begin with. You know what I mean? So it's just, oh, no. Somebody just said thank you, Kiwi, for my time. No. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Because I'm just yammering, trying to, share my point of view, my thoughts on this whole thing, the Chase Marketplace, like I said, how I got to point A to point B, seeing if other people got the similar things or other things that they did, but one of my biggest questions that for searchers that I have out there, for me, I always have to ask is, did Forrest, talk about being in your spot within a couple 100 feet? I think that's key in the thrill of the chase, in locating a spot that Forrest Fenn felt was good enough for him to hide something special. And so with that, the journey continues. I'll do some more reading. I'll come back on here and bore people to death by just skimming through a bunch of chapters, the further on the chapters we get where there's actually interesting stuff that I felt was important and interesting to me, I will share them and I'll read them out. And then that way people get a fuller picture. But the highlighted stuff in the book is the things that I felt were tying the thrill of the chase, Forrest Fenn, and the poem, and a map kind of together in a sense. And it's just a perspective I had to tweak a little bit, you know what I mean? And so that's what the direction is in which I am rolling. Sometimes this train is going downhill and you people don't even know it. It's gonna hopefully don't crash and burn, but you never know. Oh wait, what? Boar tusk is on the list. Oh, for what? No. I can't mention the places Forrest did not mention. Nomadic. because I got 4 places right there that he doesn't mention. I got 4 states that he does not mention. So, I mean, would that answer that question? Because so far in the first 3, he hasn't talked about where he's been. So he hasn't mentioned where he hasn't been. So, I mean, I would have to assume that he hasn't been to all 4 yet. Or he has been to all 4. I mean, he could be living in some other state, but I wouldn't know when or how or where he went within those 4 states until we find out later on in the thrill of the chase. But for now, so far, he's been either to all 4 states or he hasn't been to all 4 states yet. Because he hasn't mentioned a specific location, town, uh, etc. You know, things that you could leave like as breadcrumbs or trail crumbs or something like that. I mean, I looked at it like the Hansel and Gretel type thing, you know. He was sitting there leaving a trail of breadcrumbs in memories and eloquent, eloquently laid out words that so happened to come up to this perfect poem to fit for his solution to a place that he felt was special to him, and enough that he had enough trust and belief in it that you could walk solely up to it without a doubt and be able to pluck it up without too much effort. That's what I thought when I went to that rock at around 9 Mile Hole, was that it'd be somewhere close, right next to it, because boom, right, shot straight to the point, you know. The emotional connection I thought was between Forrest Fenn and his father was the tying connection between his history and his life and his memories, that it was a strong connection for me. But with, a few inches, a few 100 feet, that's the way it goes. Oh well. On to the next one, right? But until then, we're going to keep reading this Forrest Fenns Thrill of the Chase over again. Why? Why not? Who doesn't like to hear the Forrest Fenns Thrill of the Chase? We like to hear about stories, people who've been on it. You know, the adventures that they've been on. They could share that in chat. You know, this shed gets me stuffy too. I understand. I understand it. I'm gonna have to do something about the shed. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. Anyway, thanks again, people, for stopping by. I appreciate it. And until next time, I'll try not to bore people too much. Oh, I guess I could just do a slow just keep it winding down, People coming off, watch your heads. Let's see, we had somebody break the stairs getting onto the train, so that was already addressed. Hopefully nobody needs first aid. Hopefully everybody got enough drinking food. Collect your stuff on your way out. People been keeping it clean. I appreciate it. I like a clean train. Though it gets dirty every once in a while. Hey, it rains outside. There's mud everywhere. Dirty train. Yeah. Anyway. Don't forget to keep an eye out for that video and make a comment and share if you haven't, if you have already. Or share it again in case you have or haven't already. Let's get that ball rolling. Still looking to reach up to 112 comments on that video, but unique comments, unique users, not repeated users or comments. So it takes everybody to help everybody. A little side thing, trying to figure out how the social thing, It's like, did you ever watch Survivor? That social game type thing, And this is kind of like that in a sense. Ish. No, not really. I mean, it's a giveaway that only works if people are willing to give away the video link to share so that they could get something from the giveaway, like some silver or a chance at some gold. You know what I mean? So, social experiment like Survivor, I guess. But it's not. It's just a thing to do, so to speak. Part of that time consumer thing. Because I like going on there and just... Oh, there goes the cap. I like going on there and replying to people's comments, And, yeah. It's been a dry month so far. Ain't had nobody commenting on there. That's okay. We'll do something to spruce it up a little bit. No, we won't. We'll start tagging it on every time we come on. But it'll never go anywhere, or will it? We don't know. We'll see. But that's the thing about possibilities or impossible. Is anything's possible, right? For me, I got all the time in the world. I've seen, or do I? If I don't have all the time in the world, then this giveaway would behove of other people to get moving on sharing it, huh? As if not, this stuff is gonna stay and get forked over to the wife and kids. They'll be like, oh my goodness, that cheeky son of a gun. What was he doing? Ooh, Green River. A lot of happenings up the Green River. I mean, that's connected to the. Where's the Green River connected to? Oh, it's on one of the maps. I'll have to go over to the maps and look at it. It's over there, going up in Colorado and stuff like that, right? Up the Grand Canyon, whatnots. Water flows used to be different way back wherever. It's crazy. Yeah. Who doesn't like hunting history around waterways? This guy loves it. I'm just kidding. Love it. I mean, a lot of things. Everything washes down, washes downhill, washes down hills, creeks, valleys, drainages, down into the rivers, down out to the bigger rivers, out to sea. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why I like to hunt history, is to find that metallic world that supposedly didn't exist on this side of the country, continents and stuff, or whatever. So it'd be interesting to see what's out there. So, we definitely look forward to metal detecting coming up here shortly. The weather's starting to get nice, so definitely can't wait to get out. Yeah. Anyway, digression. See, this is what happens when I sit there and try to like do chat and not do chat. I sit there and I have. I'm already done talking with what I was saying or what I was trying to share, as far as at least 3 chapters so far, not giving us a specific place. So I look forward to seeing what's coming up in the next chapters. And yeah. Oh, it's almost 10 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock somewhere in somebody else's time. Somebody else should go live now. And I'll hop off of here so somebody else can go live. How's that sound? Sounds good to me. How about you? Yep. Whoop whoop. All right. Everybody off. Trains to boarding. Screeching halt. Birds inside. She's all yippy yappy today. Though, oh, real quick, in case anybody cares, I got me like one of those little pet things. You got, it's gonna be a good training tool with Kiwi. I tell you that. With her flying, these things are gonna be interesting. So if you haven't checked it out, there's a YouTuber out there, Bunny the dog. It's about a dog and a lady. She's got this mat. It's got a bunch of buttons. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I had ordered me about like 9 or 12 buttons so I could pre-record my voice sitting there saying different things like I'm hungry or I'm thirsty, so that, or like where are you, so that Kiwi could hit a button to sit there and let us know as she's learning to say I'm hungry, that she could sit there and hear it too. But alas, I haven't quite figured out the color scheme with her. So the colors, especially the red, she does not like. She's like afraid of them. Now, I say it's a good bad thing because it helps with training, because now I can use that to be like, chuck it over somewhere and be like, Kiwi, come to me, saddle up. You know what I mean? Good bad thing. But good overall. Trust me. Don't trust me. That's okay. Our training technique, we're going to stick to it. But, I mean, so it's going to be interesting to see how she works with those things, if she does. But so far, I mean, she used one, but only several times, and then, yeah, I brought out the red one, and she just totally was, like, flying around the room and everything. It was crazy. Yeah, learning curve. So, yeah. I know, I mean, next time I come on, I'll try to have Kiwi out here, but yeah, I'll try to have her out here. But if she starts squawking, getting all yammer, I'm going to have to put that thing on pause and bring her back inside. But until then, y'all keep calm and treasure on. And we will see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the rest of your morning. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy tomorrow. Because hopefully it comes. Yeah? Yeah. We know it will. So we'll see all you bright, shiny faces tomorrow. You bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be people. Tomorrow. I'm shutting down. The train is shutting down. I'm reaching for that button. Y'all enjoy the rest of your night. Good night, everybody. And we'll see you out there in YouTube land. Yammering as always. Or not as always. Sometimes. Once in a while. Oh, my Atlanta, get off already, mister. Okay. Bye, people. Adios. Kiwi, I'm coming. Oh, as soon as I hit this